Hi, I'm Nathan with Holston Gases in Knoxville, Tennessee. We are one of over 100 different distributors across North America that supports our product, Weldmark. Now, Weldmark wanted me to talk to you today about the new inverter MIG welder they're launching, the MIG 25140. The Weldmark MIG 25140 is one of the first 120 volt MIG inverter power sources on the market, and you're certainly going to notice a difference when you start to move this machine around. So this machine is 31 pounds out of the box, and it's a lot better than those 50 to 70 pound machines that we're used to toting around. So as you know, inverter power sources have been in the welding industry for many years, and they're used because of their compact size and their good power use, or their efficient use of power. As with any technology, over time it's been refined, and now it's more cost effective for it to be available for personal use. So what exactly is an inverter power source and how does it work? Well, a conventional power source, it takes 60 hertz input and gives you a 60 hertz output. Whereas an inverter power source will take that same 60 hertz input, transform it into a higher 10,000 hertz frequency so that it can push it through a transformer that's a lot smaller. The smaller transformer will then transform it into a welding output. That welding output has a higher duty cycle. The transformer inside the machine is smaller, so it doesn't weigh as much because the energy is being used more efficiently. So this higher frequency output produces a smoother welding arc than what you may be used to with other traditional, conventional power sources. Now, there's certainly a lot more going on inside of this machine than what we're explaining, but we'll leave that up to the engineers. So the MIG 25140 uses industry standard consumables that your local Weldmark distributor keeps on the shelf. So this is a standard 2150 nozzle from Tweco, and also we use the 11-35 contact tip. This MIG gun is based off of a Tweco 1 style with a Tweco back end. So now let's take a look at the drive roll assembly. So most off-brand welding machines have a plastic drive roll assembly, but not Weldmark. Weldmark has a sturdy aluminum drive housing. We can turn the knob and the drive roll just slides right out. If you need a new drive roll, Weldmark offers a complete kit that has the 023 through the 035 sizes. So this Weldmark machine is capable of holding a 2-pound spool or an 11-pound spool. This adapter hub has the capability to adapt easily to a 2-pound spool, or the larger hub section fits nicely inside of the 11-pound spool. So as you can see on the front panel here, we have an infinite voltage control knob, an infinite wire feed speed control knob. The operator can also refer to the setup guide on the inside of the wire compartment door. And then lastly, there's a spot timer feature. So let's talk about the spot timer. The spot timer is an awesome feature that's offered on this machine that's not on other competitive machines. The spot timer allows you to set a predetermined amount of time so that you can have better control over your weld sizes. So this is a good option when welding on auto body panels where heat input and distortion are problems. Also, it's really nice for tacking up so you can have the same size tacks, which makes welding over them a lot easier. So to turn the spot timer on, we flip that switch and then we set our time right here on this dial. Now be sure when you get done using your spot timer to turn this switch off so that it doesn't cause any issues on your next weld. So another nice feature of the MIG 25140 is it comes spool gun ready. Now the reasons that we're going to use a spool gun are simple. Typically when we're pushing aluminum wire, it's very difficult. Aluminum is very soft and has a low column strength. So when we try to push aluminum wire through a standard MIG gun, it's like pushing a wet noodle across the table. But with a spool gun, we have a much shorter distance from the drive rolls to the end of the tip where we're trying to push the wire, so it feeds a lot better. So that's the main reason that we're going to use a spool gun. Another reason that we would use a spool gun is because it can prevent cross-contamination. Let's just say that you're doing a lot of different metals in your shop and you wanted to use stainless steel on one day and aluminum on the next day. That way you don't have to use the same MIG gun and get cross-contamination on the aluminum onto the stainless steel or from the stainless steel onto the aluminum. So this is a nice way to have another gun ready to prevent cross-contamination between the different alloys of metal. So to install the spool gun, there's just 3 simple connections. The first thing that we're going to do is turn the spool gun switch on so the machine knows that we're using the spool gun. Then we're going to disconnect the existing MIG gun, the trigger connection, 3 simple connections. First the trigger cable, then insert the power cable and the gas hose through this port. Disconnect the existing gas hose because remember, this goes to the aluminum wire drive block and the spool gun is going to use a separate gas line. Quick connect installs real simple. And then we'd install the power cable right here to the power block inside the wire drive housing. So you can see that this Weldmark MIG 25140 is well built and very robust. Now let's talk about tech support and the 3-year warranty. Weldmark offers a 3-year warranty on any components made inside of the power source. The only exceptions are all the components outside of the main power supply. The MIG gun, the work clamp, the regulator, and the gas hose. Those are all covered under a 90-day guarantee. So let's review the key features of the Weldmark MIG 25140. First, it uses household 120 volt power. We can weld up to 3/16 steel in a single pass, and it's lightweight and portable because it uses inverter technology. It also uses Tweco front-end consumables, which everybody usually has in stock. It also has the capability to use a 2-pound or an 11-pound spool. Also, it has a robust aluminum drive roll assembly. It comes ready to be attached to a spool gun for welding aluminum. It has infinite voltage and wire feed speed control, along with a bonus spot timer. And then lastly, but not least, it comes with a 3-year parts and labor warranty. So should you need any warranty support, just go back and visit your local Weldmark distributor. They have been well trained on what it takes to get your MIG 25140 working again. Now remember, this costs less than the national competitive brands and works just as good, if not better. So I hope you have found this video informative. Please visit us at weldmark.com.